Early start, early finish. Game ended early. The New York Knicks have now won 3 games in a row. I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. Appreciate you guys for joining us. This is the post-game live from Knicks Nation on our official YouTube account. And if you're listening to Apple and Spotify, really appreciate you guys listening and downloading over there. Really helps us out. So, yeah, the New York Knicks have now won 3 games in a row. They beat the Charlotte Hornets 121 to 102. And pretty much everyone showed up except, I'm not going to get into all that. RJ Barrett balled out tonight after a slow start. RJ Barrett finished with 26 points plus 17, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Julius Randle, this is back-to-back games from Julius Randle where he's hit 30-plus points, 33 points after scoring 36 last game. 33 points from Julius Randle plus 17 on the floor, 7 rebounds to go along with 2 assists, and 4-11 from 3. He keeps shooting his threes and he keeps making them. So shout out to Julius Randle. This is now back-to-back games where he's looked like elite Julius Randle. He's looking like 2 years ago, 2020, 2021, Julius Randle, COVID season Julius Randle. But, yeah, man, Charlotte Hornets were banged up. They were without LaMelo Ball. They were without, obviously, we know the situation with Bridges. But, they were without some guys. Knicks took advantage of a poor Charlotte's team, go into Charlotte and pretty much beat them by 19 points. So big win for the Knicks. They moved to 13-13 on the season. They're 7-6 away from the Garden, and they have a better away record than they do home record, which is odd, but they play better on the road. And yeah, you would think that the New York Knicks would play better at home. MSG, they're comfortable, they're at home, they're in the city, but the Knicks have a better record on the road. So yeah, shout out to Julius Randle tonight. Julius Randle over his last 6 games, 27 points per game. He's averaging 27 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, 4 assists per game, 58 shooting percentage, plus 64. The Knicks are 4-2 over those last 6 games. So Julius Randle has really shined for the New York Knicks, and he's keeping up his all-star play. Jalen Brunson tonight, his shot wasn't falling again, but he contributed in other ways. 11 assists for JB, plus 13, 3-13 from the field. His shot wasn't falling. I don't think Jalen Brunson is healthy, to be honest with you. I think he's dealing with some nagging injuries that he's been dealing with all season. But look, it's good that he's contributing in other ways. 11 assists. Tyler in the chat, what's up, man? Easy, clean W. Let's get it. Yeah, man, easy W, man. These are the games you got to take care of. These are the games you gotta win. Knicks couldn't afford to lose this game. They are now 13-13 on the season. Where are they in the Eastern Conference right now? Let me just check to see the updated Eastern Conference standings, because the East is wide open this season, man. They're number 7 right now with their win tonight. Hawks and the Nets are currently playing. So if the Hawks lose this game to Brooklyn, and they're currently winning by 2, but if they lose, the Knicks can jump in the top 6 in the Eastern Conference, and that'll be, look, it's still early. After all the turmoil, the Knicks can hop in the top 6 in the East. So, yeah, man, all in all, great game. And like you said, RJ started 0 for 4 from the field, finished 9 of 14 from the field. RJ Barrett balled out tonight. The Hornets really had no answer for him. He figured out, look, my shot isn't falling, so let me attack the rim. And the Hornets, like I said, they couldn't defend him. He kept driving to the basket, making plays for others too, which is what we want to see from RJ Barrett. So I thought that RJ Barrett was going to have a good game today, and he did. He always, like he said during the post game, he always plays well in North Carolina. So yeah, RJ Barrett, it's good to see him have a bounce back game. And yeah, so a couple of other notes. Mitchell Robinson once again, he was pretty much toying with the Hornets all night. They had no answer for him on the offensive boards, even though he only grabbed only 7 offensive rebounds from Mitch tonight. But it felt like way more. It felt like he grabbed double digits in offensive rebounding. Hornets really had no answer for him. Mitchell Robinson is a beast on the offensive rebounding. And look, Mitch can keep it up. That's perfect for Mitch. The biggest big on the Hornets was Plumlee. Plumlee had no answer for Mitchell Robinson. Only 9 rebounds on their end. Mitchell was fighting all night. His hustle, he brought it. So shout out to Mitchell Robinson. And yeah, who else do I want to shout out tonight? Quinton Grimes didn't have a shot tonight, but contributed in other ways. 6 rebounds for Grimes tonight. iHeart hit a 3. Isaiah Hartenstein finally hit a 3 tonight. He's been struggling mightily from downtown. Doesn't really attempt that much, but iHeart 101 from 3-point land. 11 points from iHeart, which is amazing from him. He's been struggling all season after that hot start from iHeart. It's good to see him get back on the offensive track. So shout out to iHeart. Tom Thibodeau in the first quarter went with iHeart and Sims there. Sims was at the 4. iHeart was at the 5. It didn't really work, to be honest with you. The Hornets pretty much were taking advantage of it. I don't think it worked. RJ Barrett pretty much was out there most of the night. 35 minutes from RJ Barrett. I believe he played the entire first quarter tonight, and he played half of the second, and Thibs finally pulled him. So, look, Thibs is going with a short rotation. You obviously have that injury to Obi Toppin, which stinks. Hopefully Obi Toppin can get better soon. Hopefully he can get on the court ASAP. But Tom Thibodeau is going with a short rotation. And Cam Reddish is not going to play, it seems like, in garbage time. Derrick Rose going to get on the floor tonight. Evan Fournier, those guys are not going to play. Seems like even at the end there, the Knicks were up 20-plus points, and Thibs still had the starters in the game. So those guys they're not going to play. And it seems like, one, that tells me that the New York Knicks are trying to trade them as a package or individually because they don't want them to clearly get hurt. Because this was a game that, look, you're sitting there playing RJ majority of the first half. I don't see why not. You could have experimented Cam there. But it seems like that experiment is officially over. So, yeah, we'll see what happens on that front, whether they trade them or whether they just keep rotting on the bench. Tyler in the chat, a lot of RJ hate on the timeline early in the first quarter. People are tripping. Look, RJ was, like you said, he started 0 for 4 from the field. He was struggling there. He was turning the ball over some. There was a play where he got stripped by his center on the Hornets, which was bad. But, yeah, he bounced right back and finished the game with 26 points for RJ Barrett. So this was a great game from RJ, man. He needed one of these games after struggling so much throughout the season. I mean, let's go through his stats. I mean, his last 10 games, RJ Barrett, these are good numbers. I mean, but it just doesn't look pretty. 18 points, that's good. 82% from the line, 33% from 3. Shooting 40% from the field goal. That's not that great. 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Okay numbers. I guess the reason why we have so much RJ hate this season is because he got paid, right? RJ Barrett got his money, got over $100 million, and people want to just see him do more. They want to see him take that next step, and he hasn't taken that next step, and that's why you have all the hate. Look, people are going to hate either way, right? It's just Knicks Twitter. That's what it is. People are going to hate, and you can't control it. But I get it to a T. You want to see more out of RJ. You want to see him become that, star, become that superstar, maybe. I mean, he set a goal this season of him wanted to be an all-star, and he started slow. But these are the games like tonight where we see the upside from RJ Barrett. When he's being guarded by somebody who he knows cannot guard him, he's going to take advantage of that matchup, and he did mightily tonight. 26 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, plus 17. RJ Barrett balled out tonight. Simple way to put it. And him and Julius Randle were really a catalyst in the victory. Julius Randle with his 33, Jalen Brunson with his 11 assists, Mitchell Robinson with his 13 rebounds. So you're getting contributions from your starting five. Grimes, we know what Grimes could do. I want to see Grimes be more involved in the offense, to be honest with you. I want to see him be more aggressive because I believe 8 field goal attempts for Quentin Grimes, I don't like that. I don't think he should be shooting only 8 times a game. I think he should be shooting way more than 8 times a game. Grimes has the upside to average 15 points plus a game. Excuse me. Yeah, so I want to see more out of Grimes in terms of I want to see his field goals rise up. Brunson, like I said earlier, I think he's dealing with a nagging injury because he just doesn't look right. But he contributed with his 11 dimes tonight. So shout out to Jalen Brunson. He's dealing with something clearly, but 3 of 13 from the field, that's not like him. 104 from 3. He's been actually pretty solid on his threes lately. I believe he over the last 10 games, he's shooting over 40% from 3. So, look, I think Jalen Brunson, something's off. Something's nagging him. These past couple of games, few games have been, average for Jalen Brunson. And we just hope that he gets healthy. And I just hope it's nothing too serious. I mean, it's nothing too serious. He's out there. So, yeah. So, let's talk about the defense from Grimes. Tom Thibodeau loves pairing Grimes with Deuce and Emmanuel Quickly, man. That trio can really lock down a team. And the Knicks were 4 points away from their 3rd straight game of not allowing a team to score 100 points. And they were well on their way to it. But look, Quickly, Grimes, and Deuce, that's on the defensive end, that's a lethal combo. And the Knicks, Deuce McBride, there's something about Deuce that I like, man. He brings that toughness. He brings that defensive. And his offensive game got going tonight. 2 of 4 from 3, 3 of 7 from the field. This is why I wanted to see Deuce play more. So shout out to Deuce, really helping the Knicks over these last few games ever since she got inserted into the rotation. And, yeah, shout out to Deuce. So, yeah, anything else? Let's take a look at the timeline. Let's see if I can pull up some highlights. See if they have them ready. Once again, New York Knicks, that's 3 in a row now. That's 3 in a row now. We're coming. I don't know. I think we're coming. Playoffs are right there, guys. I think the New York Knicks have found their stride, have found their groove. We're coming. I know people don't want to hear that, but we're definitely coming. Yeah, let me just throw some highlights on the screen. So bear with me for 1 second. Yeah, so got some highlights on the screen. So, yeah, 3 in a row for the New York Knicks. And what does that mean? It means they're average. They're 500. They're back to 500 after falling a few games below 500. They've now beaten the Hornets. Look, they're winning, and that's all that matters. Eastern Conference is wide open, like I said. Maybe they can pull off some trades coming up. I just wanted to bring up the Cam Reddish and Rose situation again. Them not playing, I think it tells me 1 or 2 things, that the Knicks are either trying to find a trade partner for them, or they're pretty much saving them for God knows what, because they can't even play in garbage time. And I mean, it's clear that Tom Thibodeau is trying to preserve them for something. And what that something is, we don't know. So, yeah. Let's go through the timeline, see what the chatter is in Knicks land. Then we can go around the NBA. But this was a much needed victory for the Knicks. And look, Julius Randle was starting to find his shot, and Julius Randle was starting to find his game again. And we all know how Knicks fans feel about Julius Randle. We all know how I feel about Julius Randle. But when he plays like this, it's hard to. I mean, you can't really say anything negative for him. This was a steal. I was talking about when RJ got stripped by the center in the first half. It was a rough first half for RJ Barrett, but he finally got his game going there within the end of the first quarter. Throughout the game, Barrett really balled out. So yeah, regarding Randle, he's playing like all-star Julius Randle. You got to respect it. He's shooting a lot of threes, but he's also hitting them. Now he's hitting them. Before, I mean, he's shooting 30 to 35%. That's pretty good for a power forward, to be honest with you. He's hitting them. He's making them. He's playing like an all-star. And it's time that we maybe have to, maybe give him his flowers a little bit, because I'll come on here when he's playing bad and I'll bash him. But when he's playing well like this is what we want to see consistently from Julius Randle. And the problem is we haven't seen it year after year consistently from Randle. And he has these games where he just doesn't, offensively, he doesn't play well. He ball hogs. Defensively, we all know on the defensive end, he can sometimes take a few possessions off. And that's me just being nice. But look, when Randle's playing like this, the New York Knicks, he's an engine for the New York Knicks. And he can really take this team to another level. When he plays like this, he can take the team to another level. Let me make that clear. But when he doesn't, we see the struggles from the New York Knicks. And look, shout out to Julius Randle, back-to-back 30-plus games. He's balling out. I mean, over his last 6 games, he's averaging 27 points, and the Knicks are 4-2, and he's just balling out. And all this talk about Brunson being the all-star, Brunson being an all-star this season, I mean, Randle keeps putting up games like this, he'll start being in the all-star consideration, because he's playing really well, guys. He's playing really freaking well. Really well. Sorry about that. I just wanted to drag the comments over there. All right. Yeah, let's see what the Knicks Twitterverse is saying tonight. See if there's any negativity on my timeline. Once again, if you're not following us on Twitter at Knicks Nation, is much appreciative. If you're new here, trying to do post games all season, just released a video about the New York Knicks being interested in Zach LaVine on our channel. So make sure you check that out. But yeah, man, great game for the Knicks. Julius Randle in his last 3 games, 28 points per game, 10 rebounds a game, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, plus 46, and extra 3-0. So yeah, people are saying what I'm saying. Garbage time. No Reddish, no Fournier, no Rose. I don't know what's up with that. Knicks are clearly trying to trade them. Yeah, man, this is one of those Friday night games where you can just sit back, relax, enjoy your Friday, grab an adult beverage if you're into that, and just watch the Knicks beat up on a team that they should beat up on. And felt good all night. Didn't feel like the New York Knicks struggled with this game at all. I mean, Hornets there made their run, but they didn't have any firepower to compete with the Knicks. And what do you guys think of the Hornets court? What do you guys think of this court that I'm looking at right now? That we're looking at this green. What is it? Like a turquoise, greenish court. And I like their jerseys, but I think this court is just too much, man. I don't like this court at all. Like, what is that? I mean, I guess they're trying to go back to their old school court, the dark blue Hornets court that we all are accustomed to. But I don't like this Hornets court at all. Like, I think the NBA is like, when it comes to these city jerseys, the changing of the courts, the away teams wearing their home jerseys on the road, the home teams wearing dark jerseys, all the teams having these different color schemes of jerseys, all the teams having city jerseys. I like city jerseys, but like I just think, is it me, or I just think it's starting to get too much for me. It's starting to get a lot. Like, I just want to turn on the game. I want to know who's home. I want to know who's away. I want to see the home team wear white jerseys. I want to see the away team wear dark colored jerseys. I just think it's starting to get a little bit too much. Maybe that's me. Maybe I sound like an old man when I'm preaching about that, but I just want to know if I'm alone on that. I don't know. I mean, like the Knicks city court, I like their city court, the dark colors, the orange with the dark. I like it. But to me, like this turquoise blue court, like it's just, you turn on the game, especially if you have a certain TV, you got to turn on this game. It's going to be bright as hell, number one. And it's just too much, man. I mean, I get that the NBA is trying to be cool and they're trying to get with the times, but look, it's starting to get a little bit too much. That's my opinion. I mean, I could be on an island on that one, but yeah. Yeah, so let's go around the NBA. First, Julius Randle and RJ Barrett combined for 59 points, and New York bothers. This tweet is from Ian Begley. New York bothers Charlotte into 6 of 26 from deep in road win. New York's Knicks 3-point defense has been elite for these last few games, and whether that has to do with the defensive presence of Deuce and Quickly and Grimes now, but they're getting after it on the defensive end, and their defense has improved over these last few games, and got to give it credit when credit is due. So, yeah, let's go around the NBA now and see what's going on in the NBA. Let's check out that Hornets. Let's check out the Hawks game. Let's see if the Hawks are gonna beat the Nets. Choo 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 choo. Nope, Brooklyn is up 118 to 113 on Atlanta. So the New York Knicks are going to jump in the top 6 in the Eastern Conference. Atlanta Hawks are currently losing. Sacramento's beating the Cavs 101 to 95. Lakers are losing to the Philadelphia 76ers. Memphis are beating Detroit. Pelicans are beating the Suns currently. Utah is losing to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the Indiana Pacers beat the Wizards. Magic beat the Raptors. And Dallas and Milwaukee play tonight. So, where does that leave the New York Knicks? Hawks lose. Knicks jump to number 6, I believe. Because the New York Knicks are currently number 7. Hawks go to 13-13 on the season. Their record is going to be tied. So, look, like I said earlier, during the beginning of the season, a lot of turmoil. Fire Thibs, fire this coach, fire that. Look, New York Knicks are right there, smack in the middle when it comes to playoff talk. But look, this is going to be a quick post game by myself tonight. So nothing really else to talk about except bringing it back to RJ Barrett, 26 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 50% from the field. After a slow start, RJ Barrett really balled out against the Charlotte Hornets. This is the RJ Barrett we want to see night in and night out, looking like an all-star. No one can stop him on the offensive end. He was playing defense, and he was getting after it on both ends of the floor. Even have a couple of highlight dunks tonight. So shout out to RJ Barrett bouncing back in a big way. Julius Randle, already spoke about him. Brunson, 11 assists. Mitchell Robinson with all his damn offensive rebounds. Shout out to them boys. The Knicks are 13-13 on the season. Back to 500. Back in the playoff talk. Playoff conversation. So we'll see what comes about it, right? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the Knicks' upcoming schedule. I think they have the Kings next. Yeah, they have the Kings on Sunday, and then they face a back-to-back with the Chicago Bulls in Chicago, which is weird because every team is doing that, where you play two games back-to-back against the same team. That's going to be weird. It's like a playoff series, mini playoff series. But, yeah, man, Knicks are back on Sunday against the Sacramento Kings. Once again, the New York Knicks win against the Charlotte Hornets by a final score of 121-102. Shout out to everyone watching. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Like the video. Appreciate you guys for watching. And I'm out of here. See you guys on Sunday. Peace.